Welcome to Inside OSPO. I'm Miko Santos. The Fair Work Commission decision to award a 3.5 minimum wage increase to nearly 3 million Australian workers represents far more than a simple pay adjustment. It's a critical test of Australia's economic resilience and social cohesion in an increasingly uncertain global environment. Greg Jericho from the Australian Institute provides crucial context. 30 years of research show no correlation between awards wage rises and subsequently inflation. This matters because while awards workers comprise of 20% of the workforce, they represent only 11% of the total wage bill due to their significantly lower earning. The economic fundamentals support this decision. Australia uniquely maintains unemployment in the low fours, inflation below 2.5%, and 3 years of continuous growth, a combination no other major advanced economy has achieved. Treasurer Jim Chalmers' data reveals the deeper story. When Labor took office in real incomes were falling at 1.7% annually. They are now growing at 1.7% annually, with the third consecutive quarter of per capita growth at 1.1%. This wage increase providing approximately 1.1%, real purchasing power growth about 2.4%, inflation rate occurs within the context of Reserve Bank rate cuts and moderating price pressures. However, Andrew McKellar from the Australian Chamber of Commerce raises sobering concern that demands serious consideration. With 16,500 business insolvency in 10 months, a 37% increase and productivity actually negative over the past years, these wage increases represents what economists term an advance on the future productivity growth. Yet, the Fair Work Commission analysis revealed a crucial insight. Paying minimum wage workers less doesn't solve productivity challenges. The real issue, as Tim Wilson highlighted, is that Australian businesses face unprecedented technological disruption, particularly from artificial intelligence, while many have underinvested in productivity enhancement measures. The solution isn't wage suppression, it's accelerating productivity growth through coordinated investment in technology, training, and innovation. Behind this economic abstraction lies compelling human evidence. Retail workers, Mars testify in this increase means moving from paycheck to saving for a house deposit. Tammy, supporting her family after her husband's medical retirements, describe how rising medical costs and living expenses made her retail income crucial for survival. Early childhood educator Preeti Sudhan called the increase a lifetime, enabling her to balance work, study, and family support. ACTU Secretary Sally Magmanus provide critical perspective after 4 years of real wage decline. Workers are finally starting to recover. Even after this increase, minimum wage workers remain approximately 1% below their purchasing power from 5 years ago. An extraordinary admission that we haven't restored a pre-pandemic living standard for essential workers. This decision eliminates fundamental tension in Australia's economic model. Small business groups argue they cannot afford higher wage costs, yet depend entirely on customers having disposable income. Research consistently demonstrates that when low-income workers receive increases, that money circulates rapidly through local economies, supporting that very businesses concerned about wage costs. The international context add urgency, with global economic headwinds intensifying and trade tension affecting investment decision. Australia need to maintain a competitiveness while ensuring workers share in economic growth. This wage decision attempts that balance provides sufficient support for living standards without undermining business confidence. The Commission decision reflects sophisticated understanding that sustainable economic growth requires shared prosperity. An economy that works only for high earning while essential workers fall behind is untimely unsustainable, both economically and socially. This increase represents not just immediate relief for 3 million workers, but a down payment on more inclusive economic model that recognize essential workers as partner and prosperity rather than cost to maximize or minimize. The truth test is lies ahead. Whether Australia can generate the productivity growth to justify this wage advancement while supporting businesses through technological transformation, success required coordinated effort, business investment in innovation, government support for transformation, and continued focus on ensuring economic growth benefit all participants in our economy. This is Mika Santos, and that's Inside OSPO.